Hi guys, welcome back to THS. I am back after more than 70 days. I was slammed by a hurricane September 20 with another 3 million people here on the island of Puerto Rico. It's been really difficult for us. For my experience, we had a really bad. It's been horrible for us because there was no power, no water, no internet, of course. And I feel very fortunate, at least because, a lot of people died due to the lack of power. But it's been really bad for a lot of cities here where I live. For example, there are cities where all four bridges are gone and there's no access. So volunteers have to come up with ATVs and, whatever they had, 4x4s, to bring them some food, water, and, basic needs that people need to survive. There were a lot of hospitals that had to close with the dead inside due to the lack of diesel fuel because, they were not prepared for a hurricane or disaster of this magnitude. So people died inside of the hospitals and they just had to shut the hospitals down. And meanwhile, I know a client of mine that his father died in his house during the hurricane, and after the hurricane, the authorities could not come and pick up the corpse. And he had to stay with his dead dad, inside the house for 3 days, lock him up with a generator and air conditioner full blown just to, keep the body cool so it wouldn't decompose so quick. A lot of stories of people burying their loved ones, family, friends right there, in the yard and everything because the government was not prepared for this. The government was puzzled, I should say. And I am in awe knowing that, that the government knows that we live in a tropical island where we are invaded at least 3 to 4 months of threats of hurricanes and storms. And still yet, the government here is not ready for this. So a lot of awful things happen, bad things. A lot of stories I've heard, from people I know and strangers have come up to me and, they have told me what has happened to them and everything. I think the most horrible thing was the lack of fuel. Because of that, as I said, a lot of people died. But the lines in the gas stations were horrible. I was one that was in denial. I filled the tank of my SUV, and I was ready with, a little gas tanks and everything. But even still, it was over, and I had to make the line. I think I made a line from 9 o'clock in the morning, and I got out at 4:30 in the afternoon. So it was really bad. And that was like almost every day. And for some people, they made lines even the night before, the waiting line. And when they got to the gas station, no more gas. So it was really bad, the lack of diesel and gas and everything. The hospital did not have, these centers that need this essential liquid to operate and serve the citizens with basic needs. No communications at all, no TV, no radio. And when society is disinformed, you could see the effect. It's really scary. And, wow, I get goosebumps just like thinking about it. People get desperate. Will food come? Will water arrive? And the first 3 weeks, it was hell on earth. We had it really bad for the first 3 weeks. The crime was spiking up. A lot of situations, it was like a snowball of events that took place here in the island of Puerto Rico. And I have survived 3 hurricanes. And I think this one is the worst by far. When the hurricane arrived, I took a peek out through the sliding door and I saw 2 huge branches on the tree over here that we had up there, more than 40 feet high. And they were like this thick. and they were just like rocking back and forth, but really quick. It looked so unnatural, so scary. It was like the tree was possessed of something. And I was like, I've never seen anything like that. And I hope I don't see that ever again. You know, where I live, there's a river right here behind my house. But in order for you to get there, you have to walk. I mean, you have to get out of our property. Then you have to take a little road, walk at least 1,000 feet. Then after that, you take another road made of rocks and everything, and then go down a cliff. And you have to go down holding yourself by the branches and the grass and everything. I remember because I went fishing there when I was little. And I remember I went outside for a moment, very quick, and I could not believe what I saw. The river was right there. It was right on the line of my property. I was stunned when I saw that, and when I looked far away, it was like an ocean of water. This is my backyard. I have lived here for 25 years, and I have never seen the river overflow right next to our property. Look at that. Look at that, folks. The river is right there. Holy crap. Holy shit. Wow. The river's right there. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the sight that I was watching. You know, that river is far away, and it was right there on the property. After that, I went outside again during the eye of the hurricane because the generator went off. And I was thinking about it because the generator is pretty far away. Hey, there are a lot of winds over here where I'm right now. I have to risk it a little bit because the generator is off. So I'm gonna make a run for it. A little bit far away because I have to come back. Oh God. Here I go. I remember making the run. Oh God. I remember when I was checking the generator and it failed on me. The door's locked. Okay. Okay, I have to shut this off right now. Oh shit. I also remember when I fell flat on my face. We have trees that are like 25 years old, 40 to 60 feet high, and they were knocked by the root. The aftermath. Look at my pickup truck. This is what is left of my backyard. These were 65-foot trees. Now they're gone. War of the Worlds. Unbelievable. In fact, I went to my uncle's house and he has a huge tree with a tree trunk like this big, humongous. And when I went over there, the tree was knocked down by the root and it lifted the concrete fence. It was unbelievable. The concrete fence was in 4 to 5 pieces. And that tree has strong roots, so you can imagine the powerful winds, you know, that hit us. We have trees knocked down over here. Here's the backyard. I'm safe in my room, but A lot of trees knocked down over here in the property. Oh God. Wow, it's really hitting us. But there was debris everywhere. And I remember the next morning, I look at the sun and it looks so weird. Right out of a movie or something. I mean, there was so much mist and smog with people with their generators and everything. The sun looks so weird. So much mist. I feel bad because I was going to celebrate the anniversary of this channel with you guys. But unfortunately, you know, there was no power, no internet, and it was just impossible. So I feel bad because it was the first anniversary. The first. And I missed it. So I'm sorry it didn't happen. I had some cool plans, a cool video planned in my head. Maybe next year I could try to apply some of those ideas to the second anniversary. What changed in my life? Well, let me see. I have survived 3 hurricanes. This one was the worst by far. And I could really tell you I am a much stronger person. I'm a much better person. However, it makes me feel sad in a sense because why do we need a disaster to become better people? Why is it that you need a cancer? Why is it that you need some kind of tragic event in your life? Why do you need to be bankrupt, you know, to come up and have this resurgence in your life? Why do we need that? You know, and it makes me sad because we human beings, we have common sense. And we're not supposed to, you know, wait for a disaster to be better people. It's just not right. We should use more common sense. I wish the world was less threatening. Unfortunately, it's not. And, you know, at least we're alive. We're okay. I have some friends here that I really don't know where they are right now because I have no communications here. The phones are horrible, but hopefully I will get in touch with them. What lessons have I learned? Well, let me see. For starters, I really need a watch. I was this type of person that I hated to wear wristwatches because I hated to be reminded of the time. I didn't live that way, you know. I would just go with the flow and that's it. Maybe once in a while, of course, I would look at the time, but when this hit us, I was like lost in time. I didn't know, you know. I would rely on my phone, but sometimes when I had power, but it's just these little things that at first you take for granted and then then you want them. So I'm going to buy a watch pretty soon. There's something else I have learned firsthand. We need to stop depending on fossil fuels. When people do, people die. And it's just wrong. There's a lot of sick people that need energy for the machines so they could, you know, stay alive. And there are so many options out there. I mean, we have the knowledge. We have the technology. What we don't have is the political will. And it's just sad, you know, that profit is in first place before the people. You know, if we have the will, we have the technology, we have the knowledge, why is it, you know, that we cannot come up forward and say, okay, it's enough, stop, we have to change. So we have to stop depending on fossil fuels now. My parents' beach house was gone, obliterated, in ruins. And I feel sad for them because they have worked all their lives for that house. It's gone. But at least we're alive. So we will rebuild. But I was very concerned. I was very concerned about the fuel I was very concerned about my kid, you know, because he was far away. He was with his mom. I couldn't go up there because, you know, there were so many trees and so many obstacles. But this has been a lesson for all of us. As I said, this is my third hurricane. And by far, this has been the worst. And therefore, I have learned more. I also feel bad because I was almost finishing my computer. I promised you guys I was going to do a video on that, and it just didn't happen. But hopefully in 2018, it will be much better for us. 2017, ever since the eclipse, the world just went into crap. Disasters everywhere. I don't know if you noticed that, but at least I did, you know, and I comment that to a lot of my friends, and they were like, oh yeah, I noticed that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye. My God, look at that. Holy crap. Holy crap. I'm gonna try to go through the middle. Right through the middle. There I go. Almost there. Holy crap. Woo! Barely made it. Wow, a lot of mudslides over here. This is really bad. Holy crap! That's made of concrete. Wow, look at that tree. Whoa. Electrical poles, electrical lines. Holy shit. It's like The Walking Dead. It's so lonely. Oh boy. Tough times ahead. Tough times. A lot of wind outside. A lot of rain. You can see the trees over there. They're shaking. We have power. Thank goodness.